The house always wins. That's right, folks. The house always wins. Let's hope that holds true with this beer. This is Harpoon's House Golden. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. And we're looking at, like I said, Harpoon's House Golden. It says here it's a crisp and light-bodied ale. 4.7% ABV, 26 IBUs. This is one solid go-to beer, crisp and smooth with a dry finish, a real beer's beer. Golden, classic, beloved, and the right combination of easy drinking and drinking easy. Now, Harpoon's an ESOP, an employee stock ownership program company, which is really great. Between them and New Belgium, I believe, are the only two employee-owned breweries that I'm aware of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more of them. House rules listed on the back. Don't overthink it. Love beer, love life, that's it. Pretty good rules to live by. Let's see what the beer brings us. Ooh. That was a little weird. It caught for a second. Almost felt like there were ridges on there, but it is not a twist top. Got a halfway decent head on there. I can smell the beeriness from here. Not necessarily any hops or anything. Just a vague beery aroma coming out, but it was very strong. It's slightly cloudy, not very effervescent, and an orangish yellow color. So I'm liking the color. If you look up at the top of the glass, it's got a slightly different hue than it does down towards the bottom of the glass. It's a little paler down here, and that's probably typical, but it's just the contrast in this particular beer is pretty obvious. It smells vaguely beery. Maybe a little smoky. It's not quite a hoppy bitterness, but there's something there I can't quite put my finger on. It's maybe a little smoky. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel, which means it's a pretty solid beer. A decent backbone to it. For a medium-bodied beer, it's remarkably crisp, though. It's got some heaviness to it, although not overly heavy to the point where I'm ready to say it's a heavy mouthfeel, just somewhere in the middle, but crisper than I'm used to from a beer with such body. Not very hoppy. I mean, there's maybe some mild hoppy bitterness. I'm not picking up on any particular notes here. Nothing really standing out. That vague smokiness is carrying through. It's interesting. It is a crisp and light-bodied ale, like they said. Not anything really standing out. It's not to say that it's a bad beer, because it's definitely not. It's very easy to drink. Got some solidity to it. I mean, it's crisp and light, but it's not too light. But there's no real character coming through. I mean, it's vaguely smoky, but there's no real hoppiness coming through. There's no particular malt character coming through. It's just a smooth, easy to drink beer. I mean, this is just a good beer that anybody would pick up and like. So it's inoffensive. So it's not overly hoppy and bitter. It's not overly malty. It doesn't have any standout fruit notes or sour or anything. It's just, really, it's just beer flavored beer. But here's the thing, I have said beer flavored beer derogatorily towards several other beers in the past, meaning that they've got nothing to recommend them. With this one, when I say it's beer flavored beer, it's beer, but it's a great beer. It's not really standing out from the crowd, though. It's just a really solid offering. So I think what I really want to do with this, I want to rate it at a 3 out of 5. Now bear in mind, on a scale of 1 to 5, a 2.5 is average. So this is a slightly above average beer. It stands out from the crowd, but there's nothing really particular about it that's impressing me or blowing me away, other than the fact that it is a good beer. It's very easy to drink as well. Dangerously easy to drink. But given the choice between just an all-day beer like Miller Lite, Bud Light, or Coors Light, I don't want to associate this beer with those. But given the choice between this and any of those, no contest, the Harpoon House Golden wins out. But if I'm looking for a hoppy beer, I'm not going to drink this. If I'm looking for a solid stout or a malty beer, or porter, anything malty, if I'm looking for a particular beer characteristic and I'm in the mood for a particular style of beer, I'm not going to drink this. But if I want something that I'm going to sit down and be able to drink all day and share with friends without having them go, ew, that's gross, because they're not beer drinkers in general, or they're beer drinkers, but they do drink those other regular domestic things that I mentioned before, then this is a great choice. This might even be a good option for introducing those, what's the word I'm looking for? Big beer drinkers to something different. So in a roundabout way, I'm just saying that a 3 out of 5, not a bad rating for this beer. It's good, it's solid, it's just not blowing me away or impressing me with any particular flavors, but it's a great beer and an awesome alternative to a lot of those plain old beers that are out there. So that's just what I think. Hit me up down below in the comments and the email link down there. Let me know if you agree or disagree, if you have some different thoughts on the beer. While you're down there, make sure to like and share the video. Also subscribe, so when you subscribe, you'll get a notification whenever I post a new video. And again, I keep harping on this, but it's because I want to make it very clear that I'm not trying to disrespect Harpoon or anything like that. I love what they do. I love their beers, and this particular one is not a failure. It's not a bad beer. Like I said, 3 out of 5, slightly above average, but it's just not a standout. It's a very solid beer. It's a great beer, but it's not blowing me away with any particular characteristics, but it's a wonderful alternative to a lot of the plain old beers out there. Till next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.
Anytime.
Case in point, this is going to disappear pretty fast, and I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but Alexa got some weird response to what I said in the other room. I don't know what the hell that was all about.